Hello, welcome to Robin Bodhi Yoga. I'm Robin, and for today's practice, we're going to focus mostly on our legs and hips, and there are no special props required, just whatever you need to make your practice more comfortable for you. So let's just go right ahead and get started. So we'll start with a few neck stretches today. So bring your hands behind and interlace your fingers, pulling your hands down, and then tilt your right ear over your right shoulder. And we'll just hold here for a moment. And on an exhale, roll your head down around the front to bring then the left ear over the left shoulder. And again, on an exhale, roll your head around front, right ear over right shoulder. And roll your head around front again to left ear over left shoulder. And roll your head again to right ear over right shoulder, and then just go right back. We're going faster now. And roll just a few times to each side. And then bring your head to the center and just kind of let it hang gently so that the back of your neck can stretch out a little bit. And when you're ready, lift your head back to neutral. Look over your right shoulder and your left shoulder, your right shoulder, the left. Again, just getting some movement in our neck. And come back to stillness. You can release your hands. And let's do a few arm circles, some arm windmills, just one direction. And after you do one direction for a few moments, go ahead and switch direction. Loosening up our shoulders. And then let's move down to our hips, do some hip circles, which these are really just kind of fun. Loosen up your hips, get some energy moving. And then we'll come down to our ankles. We'll do a few ankle circles. One direction, then the other. When you finish with one ankle, before you switch to the next, place your foot on the back down to the mat and lift your toes up towards you to get a stretch going in the bottom of your foot. And then flip your foot over so you're pressing down into the top of your foot and getting that stretch along the front of your foot, your ankle. And now we'll switch to the other side. So for me, it's my left. I'm going to do some ankle circles, one direction, and then the other. And then again, I'm going to place my foot down and lift my toes, peeling those toes back toward me, getting a stretch in the bottom of my foot. And then flipping my foot over and pressing into the top of my foot gently to stretch the ankle and top of the foot. Good, and you can shake it out if you want, whatever feels good. And then take your right arm straight up And hinge over to the left, getting a side stretch. And come back up, lower the right hand back down. Lift the left arm overhead and hinge to the right. Try to keep the chest lifted. On an inhale, lift back up and lower the left hand. From here, we'll come to the top of our mat. We're going to stand with our feet about hip width apart, our arms down at our side, our back nice and straight. This is our Tadasana. Take a few deep breaths. And when you're ready, extend up on an inhale. And we're going to forward fold down on an exhale. We're going to stay here in our forward fold for a few breaths. If you want to pedal out your feet to help loosen your hamstrings, you can. And then come back to stillness. Halfway lift, bringing your hands to your shins. Your back is flat. Your shoulder blades are pulled away from your ears. And on exhale, forward fold back down. And on an inhale, we're going to roll very slowly. Our head is going to be our last to come up, back to Tadasana. From here, we're going to step our right foot way back, coming into a high lunge. So bending your front knee, your right knee, lifting your arms up overhead, and we're going to hold. Now pivot your left foot to about 90 degrees. Lower your arms to shoulder height for a warrior two. Turn your left foot back forward to about 45 degrees. Lift your arms back up, keeping that front knee bent for warrior one. And then gently step your left foot up to meet the right. Hands down by the side, feet about hip width apart, back in our Tadasana. Take a deep breath. From here, step your right foot way back. We're going to do the other side. When you're stable, lift your arms overhead for your high lunge. Pivot your right foot to about 90 degrees. Lower your arms to shoulder height, keeping the left knee bent for warrior two. Now turn the right foot back in to about 45 degrees, pulling the left hip back, lifting your arms, warrior one. Front knee still bent. And then step the right foot forward, lower the arms to the side for Tadasana. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale in and extend up. And on your exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. On an exhale, forward fold. And then on an inhale, slowly roll up. Coming back to our Tadasana. From here, step your left foot way back, bending the right knee, lifting our arms, coming back to our high lunge. Pivot your left foot to about 90 degrees. Lower the arms to shoulder height. Warrior two. Turn your right foot to 90 degrees. Lift your arms to goal post while bending your knees. Your toes can point out for goddess pose. Straighten the knees, bring your toes in, and hinge at your hip for a wide-legged forward fold. And walk your hands to the right, turning your right foot to face the top of your mat again, letting your left foot follow. And when you're stable, lift your arms and torso back to your high lunge. From here, step your left foot forward, lower your arms to your side. We're back to Tadasana. Extend your arms up, and on an exhale, forward fold down. Halfway lift. And forward fold back down. And then on an inhale, roll up back to Tadasana. This time, step your right foot way, way back. Bending your knees, bringing your arms up for high lunge. Pivot on your right foot to 90 degrees. Lower your arms to about shoulder height, keeping the front knee bent for warrior two. Straighten the left knee. Bring your toes to about 45 degrees, your arms to goalpost squat, into your goddess squat. Straighten your knees, bring your toes in, hinge at your hip to forward fold. Walk your hands to the left, turning your left foot to face front, letting your right foot follow. When you have your stability, lift your arms and torso back to your high lunge. And step forward, bringing the right foot up to meet the left, arms by your side, standing nice and tall for Tadasana. Take a deep breath. From here, we're going to extend up, and we'll forward fold. This time we're going to bend our knees and lift our arms and torso to chair pose. Lift on up, coming back to our Tadasana. Then plant your left foot firmly into the mat. Bend that left knee a little bit. Lift your right leg and cross it over the left. Bring your left arm under your right, wrapping your forearms to bring your palms or back of your hands together for eagle pose. And release. From here, we'll forward fold. Bend our knees. Lift our arms and torso for chair. Straighten for Tadasana. Bring your right foot firmly into the mat. Pick up your left foot to cross it over, bending that right knee slightly. Bring your left arm under the right, wrapping your forearms for eagle. And release. From here, you can bring your feet to the edge of your mat with your toes turned slightly out. And we can squat straight down, or you can forward fold first. But you can squat down, bringing your elbows between your knees, hands to prayer for Malasana. From here, bring your hands to the mat and step your feet back, coming to your hands and knees for tabletop. From here, let's do a few cat-cows. So drop your belly, lift your chest. Inhale big, and on an exhale, round your back, pushing all the air out. And inhale, drop your belly. And exhale, round your back. One more time, inhale. And exhale, round your back. And inhale, back to neutral. Let's step our right foot forward, hinging our hips forward, coming into a low lunge. So you're framing your right foot with your hands. If you are more comfortable, you could bring blocks underneath your hands to bring the ground up to you. From here, we'll shift our hip back some, and we're going to bring our leg across in front of us. So the right foot to the left side of the mat, the right knee to the right side of the mat. And if your foot needs to come in towards you, that's fine. And then we're going to work our left leg out behind us and fold over our right leg for our sleeping pigeon. And then gently lift back up, coming back through to tabletop just for a moment. Once you're back in tabletop, step your left foot forward to get our lunge on the left side. And then shift your hip back some so you can bring your left foot to the right side of the mat and your left knee to the left side of the mat, scooching that right hip back and folding over the left leg for sleeping pigeon. And come on up. You can sit down on that left hip so you can bring your legs in front of you. From here, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together, creating a diamond shape with our legs. And we're going to sit up nice and tall, and leading with our chest, we're going to forward fold into our bound angle forward fold. And gently lift back up. From here, we're going to Bring the soles of our feet to the mat. We're going to hinge back just a little bit onto our tailbone and lift our legs into boat pose. And if you want more of a challenge, you can extend your legs here. And we'll release back down. We'll go ahead and lay back on our backs, bringing our feet as close into our hips as is comfortable. And then pushing in through the feet, lifting our hips, tucking our chin slightly for bridge pose. And release. From here, we're going to extend our left leg out long. We're going to bring our right knee into our chest and give it a little hug. And then we're going to bring our right arm to the inside of our right knee. We're going to reach to grab onto our right foot and pull our foot up toward the ceiling, pulling the knee into our chest for half happy baby. And then release your right leg, take it out long, bring your left knee into your chest and give your left knee a hug. And then bring your left arm to the inside of your left knee, reach for your left foot and pull that foot up toward the ceiling while pulling the knee into your chest. And then we'll add the right leg back in. So bring that right knee in, reaching the right arm on the inside of the knee. Bring both your feet up to point to the ceiling, your knees pulled into your chest for full happy baby. And release your feet back down to the mat. Scoot your hips a little to the left side so you can drop your knees to the right. Bring your arms to a goalpost shape and turn your gaze toward the left. Getting our nice reclined twist. Lift your knees back up. Scoot your hips slightly to the right this time, dropping your knees to the left and turning your gaze toward the right. Lift your knees back to center and lower your arms down to your side. Recenter your hips if you need to on your mat, and then stretch your legs out long. Bring your palms of your hands to face up and relax into Shavasana. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. You can stretch overhead if you would like. And then gently roll to one side and push on up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I look forward to seeing you next time.